Please welcome the Bolles Upper School Symphonic Band under the direction of Mr. Donald Zentz.
Good evening. My name is Spencer Hayes, and I'm the president of this year's band. I'd like to welcome you to this year's Bolles Symphonic Band Fall Concert. What you just heard, Scramble by Todd Stalter, is a loud, fast-paced, energetic, exciting piece, which not surprisingly is very effective at catching someone's attention. Next, however, we'd like to take you on a voyage to a place rich in the history of music itself, the place where individuals such as Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, and many, many, many other individuals made their mark in history. This place, as you might have guessed, is Germany, or as Jacob de Haan likes to call in this next piece, Ammerland. We hope you enjoy.
My name is Morgan Ashurian, and I'm honored to be the band's vice president and principal clarinetist this year. Our next piece is written by noted band composer Robert Sheldon. Mr. Sheldon conducted our private school's honor band 2 years ago. He served a 5-year tenure as the director of bands at Florida State University, and a number of his compositions have become staple pieces in band repertoires nationwide. Mr. Sheldon was inspired to write this piece on his journey through the western countryside of England and Wales, and the piece borrows from folk melodies he heard on a river near the Scottish border. The 3 movements provide very effective contrast and show Mr. Sheldon's artful scoring capabilities as a composer and arranger. When practicing this piece in band, Mr. Zenz takes a moment each time before the piece to remind each of us to put on our slippers as we prepare to embark on a peaceful journey through the gardens of England. So I'd like to take a moment to ask the audience to share in our ritual of putting on our slippers as we prepare together for the next piece's journey. We hope you enjoy West Highland Sojourn.
My name is Lauren Bishop, and I am a senior and first lieutenant of the band. I'm also known as the official timekeeper because Mr. Zentz does tend to get a little carried away in class. Frozen is a film produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios, the 53rd to be exact. Inspired by Hans Christian Andersen's fairy tale, The Snow Queen, the film tells the story of a fearless princess who sets off on an epic journey to find her estranged sister, whose icy powers have inadvertently trapped the kingdom in eternal winter. Frozen has earned some $1.3 billion in revenue worldwide since its release, and it ranks as the highest-grossing animated film of all time. Frozen has won a score of awards, including 2 Academy Awards for Best Animated Feature and Best Original Song, and a Golden Globe for Best Animated Feature Film. Our medley will consist of Do You Want to Build a Snowman, Viewly, Let It Go, and the epilogue. We hope that you enjoy these highlights from Frozen. Thank you.
My name is Sarah Meadow. I'm a senior in the band this year, and I serve as the second lieutenant. Psalms 137 served as the inspiration for this next piece. Composer Ed Huckabee wrote his band composition known as By the Rivers of Babylon. This piece is in traditional band overture form, ABA, or fast, slow, fast, although this one has a slow tempo at the start. The motive for this fast section is an invigorating melody that is layered on as the piece goes on. Huckabee utilizes some asymmetric time signatures to maintain interest by breaking up the routine. The lyrical section will also feature some solo excerpts from our principal players. Composer Ed Huckabee has written many school band compositions over the past 40 years. He taught for many years in the public schools of Oklahoma before entering into a prestigious career at the Northwestern Oklahoma State University, where he served as the music department chairman and dean of the graduate school. Upon his retirement, the music school named him music professor emeritus. Like Robert Sheldon, Huckabee's experience in working with school band kids really helped his compositional approach. Ed Huckabee is one of the most prolific composers of band music for the C.L. Barnhouse Music Company, one of our country's oldest and most respected music publishers. The last time Bolles Symphonic Band played this piece was in 2003, when Mr. Zintz first came to Bolles. That band had 23 very eager players in it, and they paved the way for our band today. Now, here is By the Rivers of Babylon.
Hello, my name is Martin Cohen. I am a senior and play principal trombone in our band. Mr. Zentz calls me Sarge. Our next piece is written by band composer Larry Clark. Mr. Clark is the vice president of Carl Fisher Music in New York. He serves as editor-in-chief for all new band compositions. His diverse musical background includes having served as director of bands at Syracuse University after considerable high school band directing in the state of Florida. He earned his undergraduate degree in music education from Florida State University. He's an award-winning composer with over 150 compositions to his credit. The music for Allegiance was inspired by the deep devotion that band directors show to their students in sharing with them the love and power of music. There is a connection, a bond, a sense of cohesiveness that transcends comprehension unless you've experienced such a phenomenon by playing in a music ensemble. It is very special as the music tries to convey. Allegiance was written in 2007 and won some awards and recognition. We hope that you enjoy this traditional band piece by Larry Clark.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zev Lee, and I'm the percussion captain of our Bolles Symphonic Band. And for our next movement, I'll be playing snare. So, over the past 5 years or so, our band has played a number of compositions by Randall Standridge. He is an up-and-comer on the music composition scene today. He is currently the director of bands at Harrison High School in Harrisburg, Arkansas, where he leads a highly acclaimed instrumental music program. His bands have performed at many of the noted music festivals and conferences throughout the country. Mr. Zentz heard his band at the Midwest Band Clinic in Chicago a few years back. As with Sheldon, Huckberry, and Clark, Mr. Standridge's first-hand experience with kids has factored in mightily to his success in generating and creating band compositions that kids like and can learn from. Our next movement, Dance Carnival, is such a piece. It is inspired by the great can-cans, gallops, and quick steps that populate the traditional band repertoire. Some of Mr. Standridge's favorite pieces are the Hungarian Dancers, written by Brahms. You can definitely hear the influence of Hungarian dances on his Dance Carnival, particularly with the stops, starts, and tempo changes. It's a fun piece to play, and we've enjoyed working on it. You can hear humor embedded throughout, and don't forget to listen to the outstanding snare, which adds the character of an offbeat groove, meshing with the song like honey and ginger. Please enjoy Dance Carnival by Randall Standridge.
I don't know about that snare solo. Oh, my goodness. My name is Don Zenz, and I'm the Director of Fine and Performing Arts at the Bolles School, and most importantly, I am the band director, first period, at the upper school, and I have the pleasure of teaching these kids. I am very, very proud of these kids. This is the largest band that we have ever had here. They don't have to take band to graduate. Not only don't they have to take band to graduate for 1 year, they certainly don't have to take it for 4 years, and they don't have to take it for 7 years, considering when they started Bartram. So how about a hand for these folks for staying with us? And because they have stayed with it, that's why we have what we have. And I thank you all for supporting their music education very much. I know there's a lot of things that they can be taking. So we make it fun. Please stand if you are a freshman. This is the largest freshman band kids that we've ever had. Thank you. You guys can sit down now. Please stand if you're a sophomore. That was the second largest freshman class that we have had come in. So our band, our 76-piece band, is 62% freshman and sophomore. So we are a young group, and we are growing together. And I owe that to our former middle school band director here, Mrs. Maggie Vance, whom I understand is in the audience tonight. We love you, Maggie. Thank you for that. I don't know, though. We have 12 trumpets back here, Maggie. I don't know. But that's nothing, because our new middle school band director, Mr. Jeff Tippins. Jeff, please stand. I know he's here tonight. My new right-hand man, partner in crime. There he is in the back. Jeff is a percussionist, and he started 21 drummers this year. So I don't know what we're going to do. All the kids on stage are very special, and you know, when you start isolating certain kids, that certainly doesn't put them above the others. What we have up here is not an athletic team, because we don't have 11 playing and 70 watching. We have 76 kids playing, participating up here, so every single person is important. But we have 2 kids that have been selected for the Tri-State Honor Band. And we will be leaving this Thursday morning through Sunday to participate in that over at Florida State. So at this time, I'd like to recognize for his second year, Mr. Spencer Hayes, our band president on oboe. And I would like to recognize Ms. Morgan Ashurian, our vice president and principal clarinetist. On behalf of the Bolles School, we want to wish everybody a very happy holiday season. We are certainly in that season right now. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I mentioned our new middle school band director, Mr. Jeff Tippins, and things are happening to me that I've never thought would ever happen. As a matter of fact, I'm passing out pop music to the band. We passed out Frozen, and the kids said, all right, Mr. Zenz. And then when we passed out Journey, they started to worry. Mr. Zenz, are you okay? Then when they saw it on the program this morning, my God, we're actually going to play 2 pop pieces. Yes, we are. We're going to go back to my days, some 35 years, and we're going to play a really cool medley on a bunch of Journey tunes that I'm sure you'll know. So this is our final tune for the night. Want to thank Andy Payne upstairs and our band moms for the reception. We will see you out there after we complete the best of Journey. Thank you very much.